This is a sick Negro.
So my peeps, it's your boy that guy here today. We got another reaction to death metal. Been holding this back for too long. Ah, damn it. Hold on, I gotta do it again.
Alright, I get it!
But yeah, I got a new stand. Because I couldn't stand the other camera stand. Even though it was not really a camera stand, it was like a whole smart thing that was just dog shit. I hardly did anything to it anyways. I don't know why it's just like faulty from like after like months of using it. I don't know. I just got a new one. It looks fine, so it looks fine too. Look at that. Got the overhead, some bullshit. But yeah, what last time I did it was like what shoot. It was Kratos versus okay, right? Some Kratos. Do something different. So yeah, it was Kratos versus Ashura. So let's see how good this one is. But hey, that was that. Whatever the frick. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment anything you want to react to. Let's see this interesting video. Ichigo versus Yeah, damn. That extremely to the side. Let's move this. Ah! Oh! I get used to that. Different change of pace. Especially like the it is like this. Yay! That means I got properly edited. Fuck. Alright, let's see. Ichigo versus Yusuke. Huh? Oh. Is down? Wait, is it me? Hold on. There we go. Acting so weird. Ichigo! Let's go. No woman. E.T. all day, bruh.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
death battle. It's time for a death battle.
What happens when we die?
Endless nothingness? Jeez, man, I don't know. We just started.
Our souls are ferried by Shinigami, gods of death, in an eternal cycle of
He lost to
death and
Naruto,
rebirth.
but I don't want to think he loses to like
And when a soul goes
Yusuke.
astray, warped by evil
come
and
on.
regret, it's a Shinigami's job to purify such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead, the Soul Society.
Works great till it doesn't. Enter Ichigo Kurosaki,
Ichigo!
whose tragic anime backstory came way too early when his mom was killed by a hollow. Reason number one why you should never want your kid to be the anime protagonist.
Left with his grief, young Ichigo was crushed under the weight of survivor's guilt.
substitute.
So he lashed out.
I mean, he doesn't claim that he's a Quincy either, but you
people
know.
up.
But this wound began to heal when he found his calling, upon meeting a Shinigami named Rukia. To stop a powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential within.
Boom! Just like that, Ichigo's a Shinigami.
I gotta put in the
Substitute
same
Shinigami.
music.
To carry out his duties, Ichigo sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy, called Ryoku, and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual pressure, or Reiatsu.
Okay, that's a lot of big words, but all it really means is he's a super-powered ghost with an epic sword. His spirit
I miss
strong,
Bleach being on
he can
Netflix.
stun-lock foes,
Hopefully they switch
crush
that
them under
back,
his own power,
cause like
even fatally.
just being on like Disney or just Hulu, it's just like
invisible
you know,
footholds
it's
in the
just
air.
low
Paired
quality.
with speed-boosting skills like Shunpo, he can virtually fly.
Say goodbye to the kid who beat up bullies for their lunch money, and hello to the town's new superhero with fellow Ghostbusters Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. Plus Rukia. It was the Shinigami's job to tear hollows a new hole.
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or two of tech.
But it wouldn't be possible
KO!
without his Shinigami blade, a Zanpakuto. It's
Zanpakuto.
basically a superpowered spirit that's physically a sword. Ghost sword.
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of two distinct spirits, both named Zangetsu,
Yep.
which isn't
White
confusing at all.
Zangetsu.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu and Hollow Zangetsu. Anyway,
Yeah.
the double ghost sword gives Ichigo lots
Oh,
of
white.
new moves, including his trademark attack. The sword beam to end all sword beams.
Getsuga Tensho.
Getsuga Tensho is incredibly powerful and so effective that Ichigo developed multiple variants. He can fire it as a wave, detonate it mid-attack to act as a barrier, and combine two at once into the even stronger Getsuga Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows down to size, Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from frame 1.
He can make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a Menos Grande. And these aren't fake, slower-than-light lasers. Guidebooks confirm they're real light, and the novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
But as Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit
Yes, sir.
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So Ichigo learned to release its inner power, a 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master.
Bankai!
His speed skyrocketed, letting him turn the tables on douchebag Byakuya. Even in Shikai,
That's
he
crazy
brought
how
an
that
attack
wasn't
that could
complete.
destroy the whole frickin' Soul
To be
Society.
fair, he was
Because
training him for
Ichigo's
like a
greatest
whole week
gift
or two.
is his potential
Not even
to
a week, like a
improve.
day.
Despite only being a teenager, he mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimjow. He was getting clamped, but as soon as he heard Orihime cheering him on, that was all he needed to smash that kitty.
You mean Grimjow, right?
Yeah, but even with that main character energy, Ichigo couldn't match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stuffed Ichigo's Bankai and his theme song. Rude.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
Old Man Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his help and conjured a hollow mask to expand his power. But this meant the hollow within only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost limbs. But piss him
That
off
is
enough
crazy.
and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
Hollowification exceeds even Bankai. It was enough to crush
Jesus Christ.
all of Hueco Mundo, the world
Shoot.
of hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai, a corridor between dimensions, until he was finally ready to challenge Aizen.
Challenge is an understatement.
He just picked his face up.
Aizen shattered mountains with sheer aura and flexed so hard he smashed out of the black coffin, which crushes space like a mini black hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his ultimate attack, Mugetsu, defeating
Mugetsu.
Aizen at the cost of all his power.
He might have saved everyone, but now it was back to Normieville.
Ichigo never truly realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his drive, his pride in himself was gone. He would give anything to get it back.
Man.
And he did.
The last
Thanks to a
season
surprise
before
assist from
all the
Rukia.
crazy
Boom,
shell shading and
Shinigami
shit.
again.
Just in time
Let's
for a
go!
1,000-year blood war with a final endgame boss, Yuhabak.
To end everything. And while other Shinigami tried their best, only Ichigo was special enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami. His mother was
Was
a member
Quin-
of the ancient Quincy's and possessed by a hollow. Hence, his 2 Sanbakuto spirits, one Quincy, the other hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yuhabak's plan. Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanpakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
True Shikai.
True
If you thought
Shikai.
Ichigo was strong before, oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive. Or dead. Undead? Yeah.
Stronger than Kenpachi, who could split the Dangai in half. Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And strong enough to
shit.
match Yuhabak, even after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yuhabak could nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco
Hueco
Mundo.
Mundo.
Plus the Dangai and Garganta in between, which have a bunch of pocket dimensions sprinkled in. Hell, just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yuhabak was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering a new
fucking
half-hollow
real.
form and merging his Getsuga Tensho with a mighty hollow attack, the Gran Rey Sero.
Making a giant
Gran
crescent slash
Rey
that ripped
Zero.
through space itself.
All that power culminating in his true Bankai. A power so great, even Yuhabak was scared of it.
Joke's on you! Ichigo didn't even need it! You're done!
Ichigo was finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami, having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death, conquer his fears, and walk onward.
That's my goat right there.
Most teenagers have no idea what they want
Now I'm kind of interested to see what happens with him.
to do with their life. However,
I know
that
about
was
Yuya.
hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi. because
Conveniently,
he
they both
only
have
ever
live
wanted
actions
to
that are
do
pretty,
one
not
thing.
that bad.
Throw hands! It don't matter who the ups
Pretty good,
are,
pretty
be they
good.
women, old folk, or babies, Yusuke lived to fight. It's what gave life meaning. Who cares about stupid things like friends and family?
Which is why it was so surprising when one day he threw himself in front of a speeding car to save a child, bringing that reckless life to a screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
But
Yep.
this is chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's soul. It was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
Type
This
it.
was Botan, whose job was to
Botan.
ferry Yusuke's newly deceased spirit off to the afterlife.
Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for him, he was such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming and didn't have any space prepared for him. Imagine being such a menace to society that the second you do something nice, hell itself gets caught with its pants down.
So the underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit
Okay.
detective, solving supernatural
Yeah, I'm
crimes and
saying that like I
fighting off
don't know
demonic
that.
threats to humanity.
Naturally, Yusuke
Oh,
did
yeah!
that situation and told Satan Jr. to stuff it. I mean, he was never really good for anything and no one was gonna miss him. So what's the point of coming back to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would be heartbroken, or even his rival Kuwabara would
Come
shed
back!
many
You
tears.
need to fight me!
At the sight of loved ones
No!
who cared far
That
more
was
than
so
he ever
sad.
expected, Yusuke had a change of heart and accepted Koenma's offer, returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
Yeah,
Hey, shit.
newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the dog shit out of demonkind, Yusuke learned to harness Reiki, or spirit energy. He's ridiculously strong, fast, and durable, heals from wounds quickly, and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even early on, Yusuke could parry Suzaku's lightning arrows, which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky. And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a
Genkai!
that could blast anyone to smithereens.
My favorite shonen
Spirit
game
gun!
ever, the Spirit Gun.
Hey!
Yusuke had a limited number of shots, but eventually he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on Earth, he could go finger blasting around as much as he wants.
The spirit gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty
One thing I'm
AoE
wondering
blast,
if they do
or
it
a
in
spirit
2D,
punch, where
3D,
he
or
keeps the
in
energy
pixel.
stored in his fists and
But, you
clobbers
know.
the hell out of you. And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's not afraid to fight dirty, throwing his shoes, using sleight of hand to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart, and his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched experts like Kabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
But his best secret is how quickly he improves. All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his friends, and Yusuke's power will spike to
Here we
match his
come!
enemies, even if it means literally burning through his own life force for a power-up.
All known demons and demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D class demons are nothing special. We're talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way. A and S? Well, hold on to your ass. We're talking
Is that
the
Yama?
world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies, like demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Taguro, who could
Taguro!
vaporize weaker
Look at
demons
them shoulders,
their
nigga.
souls with sheer aura.
But Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones. So he had no choice but to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks, Genkai!
Our sun has an average luminosity of 380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small stars like red dwarfs output about 1/10,000th of that. So this spirit orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
They didn't put in the calculation for Ichigo. I don't know about this.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked, he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing.
Damn.
Compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
That Enma guy is strong as balls.
Enma.
In the past, he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them to the point where he overloaded Yakumo with his own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
But not for long, sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally. Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence.
What?
Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Bazoku mark,
bro.
Yusuke can channel Ryzen's
He's the
spirit
descendant of
for a
Ryzen. That's how he gets his
power
transformation.
boost And a massive thirst for murder boost. This was his first taste of a dangerous new type of spirit energy.
Oh shit.
A form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust, the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun. It's the same thing, but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast Sensui past the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-class.
And making him a prime candidate to rule the demon world. But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi? Nah, we can worry about that later. There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic final battle, he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mozoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
And a brand spanking new form of power. Kinda like Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to his absolute
The Demon King himself?
Yusuke!
Actually, how many Demon Kings are there?
It's not all bad though.
You got the Burra.
Would have been cool.
You got that
Yusuke
one dude from
realized
Daima.
He wanted something more.
You got this guy.
He'd grown up and chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else. And it was in those connections that he found his happy ending.
But I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated the world. Hell yeah, there's no better way to wear a blood spatter on your chest.
We've restored the original shirt.
That probably was been crazy back in 2011.
Now on deathbattle.gg.
Go deathbattle.gg. Get the cool old merch.
Wrote up a massive blog all about the science of
And blog?
Ashes
Oh
Yuki.
shit.
Wait, I lied. They wrote up two.
Click the link below to support the show, look behind the scenes, and get cool merch at deathbattle.gg.
Deathbattle.gg.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
Time for Death Battle! Yeah. Oh, it is Pixel. Okay. Oh god, they're both Japanese students, and they're both delinquents.
That's a demon. That's hollow. No doubt about it.
What the fuck? Spirit gun! Holy shit! Oh, oh! Yeah, you put hands on him too, Ichigo. Here you go. Oh shit.
Chump change. Reckless idiot! What a baby! Little demon energy got you scared? Nah.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised he went to the portal.
Two at once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Like a fucking beam.
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
Is that Lanny?
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass! You just told me back!
He didn't even go hollow yet.
Yeesh, rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner?
Let's do it. Like old times.
On!
Hey!
Tensa! Kongetsu!
Is that the best you can do? I can go even faster.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah! Bring it on, Ash!
Oh fucking hell. Two delinquent Japanese dudes fighting off
Kill you
with demons
even
and
if it kills
souls.
me. I'm putting it all on the line!
Ooh! Let's go, Ichigo!
Screw that!
Bro!
Give me a freaking break.
Aw, man.
See you on the other side.
Shit.
You think the afterlife offers
Honestly,
frequent
in
flyer
real life,
miles?
they
There's
butt
a lot to cover
heads.
here, so let's break this down
'Cause they're
into 4
both hard-headed,
chapters,
to be fair.
starting with their abilities.
Ah,
Yusuke
man.
can see Ichigo, no
Alright, let's see the
problem. And he
stats.
has auras like Togoro's that are similar to Reiatsu, so Ichigo couldn't cheese a win right away.
Otherwise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the Spirit Gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers, a better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dongai training.
That
And
is
all those
crazy.
swords. He just had way more abilities to play with.
Ah.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster than light from the start, and he's gotten faster too. He couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo takes speed. But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
This
Right,
is
okay.
kind of both their things. Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a Shinigami. He's pretty good at figuring out new weapons
Yeah, he
and
punched
styles.
like
Meanwhile,
at least
Yusuke
4 of
was
them.
flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand. He's good enough to match Kabano, who mastered every martial art. Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his go-to in the same way.
So, both had their strong suits. Advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages: power.
Between Sensui, Genkai, and Enma, Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet. Examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring its scale, that's about 4
Oh.
quadrillion megatons of TNT.
Okay,
which
yeah.
is
Okay.
crazy.
They didn't. I don't think they did one.
Mid-series Ichigo could shake
The
Hueco
stats for like
tear through
TNT
hell,
for like
and
Ichigo.
block
So I
attacks
was like
that could
wondering a
destroy
little
the
bit.
Soul
Or
Society.
they did.
But
I
at
just
his
passed
peak,
by. I didn't
he beat
notice.
Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just one.
To be fair, Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time. Pretty close to Yhwach's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap
like that,
between him and
the
Sensui
Soul
alone
King
was
is basically
10
like the god of their
so
universe.
There could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's not. Yhwach was also gonna destroy the Garganta, which has at least 29 pocket dimensions inside it.
Each containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yhwach in True Shikai, without his additional boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with Death Battle, there's arguments either way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power and conservative with Ichigo's, the gap was just too big, giving Ichigo the final edge. Sorry if things
That's
got
a full
messy,
sweep,
but
bruh.
that's just
Goddamn.
how it goes.
The winner is Ichigo.
Ichigo!
Next time on Death Battle.
Ah.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Cell
to see more
versus
Death
Metal
Battle.
Sonic!
Thanks for watching.
Death Battle is back, and so is our new tabletop gaming channel, Nightly Brew. We've got everything on there from Uno to Dungeons & Dragons, and a very special all-new Blood on the Clock Tower airing right now. So, come join us at the Nightly Brew. Click the thing, check us out. Thanks.
That was awesome. My boy Ichigo got a win finally. That was pretty fun. Well, I guess that is all for today. For this video. So, maybe see you next week, next time, 2 weeks, 2 times. I don't know when the Cell thing's coming to happen. Who knows? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment anything you want me to react to. That's all for today, folks. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.